Yeah, buddy, went to a first convention, just a small one-day show. The first one since C2E2 2020. Let's take a look. All right, everybody. So a few hours ago, went to a small little show called QuadCon right here in town, and came back. Nice little stack of books here. Cool little one-day show. Only had, honestly, scored all this, and I only really was there for the last just over an hour, and I spent a good chunk of that at one vendor. The very first vendor I even stepped into, he had a bunch of dollar books. I went through all of those, few long boxes, and yeah. So here's a little bit of footage of the show floor. You can kind of take a look at that, and then we'll come back and talk about some convention stuff and go through the books. Alright, that was just a little bit there. Didn't capture as much footage as I kind of intended to, even though I didn't plan on getting much. But just because of my limited time, I want to spend more time digging or going through books. And I figured, you know what? I'll spend my last couple of minutes on my way out and just try to capture some footage so you get an idea. Just, again, just one of these small shows. This is probably the style of a bigger, I won't say bigger, but like there are a lot of one-day shows out there. Some you might find in like a ballroom at a hotel, and it will be what 8 to 10 vendors, something like that, give or take. Comics, comics and toys, and then sometimes some of them will have video games as well as anime and movies, stuff like that. This one is a bit on the bigger scale for a one-day show. Usually, they usually might run like 10 to 4, 10 to 5, depending on Saturday or Sunday. But yeah, so I was only there again for a little bit of an hour, just over an hour, but I was prepared for it. So this is one of my go-to things, which I will probably share whenever I start doing some convention tips videos, whatever. But just this is the backpack I take. I need to get it fixed right up here because it's kind of tore apart. But one little feature here is this little pouch here for like a cell phone. But I like to keep buttons here. I usually keep around 8 buttons, but a lot of them got knocked off. So I kind of lowered the number there. You can kind of take a look there. X-Men, Avengers. What else there? Daredevil, and Captain Marvel. I have some other ones. I lost the Cyclops one I had on there. I have a Storm one. There's a Batman one inside because the pin part came off. But yeah, this is just something I like to take to conventions with me. Little pocket there, pouch, and then inside is actually my laptop backpack. So if I go anywhere and I'm taking my laptop, like if I go for an out-of-town convention and I'm going to be gone for like a full big weekend, this is one I'll take because I'll take my laptop with me because I will upload like massive photo galleries, and I like to do that the night of just to get them online, as well as get the storage off, like free up some storage space because I'm known to take a lot of pictures and videos as well, and it's an easy way to just upload those to my computer at night to kind of free up that space for the next day. And yeah, so I like something to have: pens, pencils, all kinds of cool stuff, notebooks, and just all type of handy stuff that I like to take to conventions with me. Now, on to the books. So, again, this was just a one-day show. I don't even know, I think it was $3 or $5 for entry. But after 2:30, which I couldn't get there until after 2:30, it's free entry. So, that's what I did. So, I went there, and it only ran to 4. So, again, I had just over an hour by the time I got there. But it was a productive hour indeed. And I think most of these, I think all of these came from one vendor. And went through a couple others vendors, and some of them had some decent wall books. Some of the prices were kind of out there. Did see a couple Ultimate Fallout 4s, and I chopped it up with a few vendors just about the show and about some of the books that they had, especially the Ultimate Fallout 4. Talking to one vendor, and I forgot what he had it at, but he's like, "Oh, I'll drop it down to this," and I was like curious, but I was not in the market for that right now. And I was telling him about my kind of debate with Ultimate Fallout 4, where I kind of stand with, and I talked about that before, but just kind of a little quick rehash. Obviously, I do like Miles Morales. He's a fantastic character, and his status has obviously grown exponentially over this past 10 years of his existence. And the Into the Spider-Verse movie definitely just blew up. So now, like, that book is shot up, and my conflict with it is, though I like the character, by the time that book came out, I was already checked out of the Ultimate Universe, Ultimatum, and all that goofy stuff. Kind of soured me on all of that. So, like, thinking about, okay, I like him, and I like to have first appearances of characters I like, but it was an Ultimate Universe. I was like, I don't really care so much, so I don't know. But yeah, so let's get to the books. So these three were actually the last 3 books that I picked up just before I left, talking to one vendor. I got Web of Spider-Man, because I'm working on that run. This is, what is this? 105. Went through, they had a few short boxes of books and toys and some other stuff. So went through some short boxes, looking at some of the cheaper books. And they have several other Web of Spider-Man books, but I wasn't going to get them all. And this one just kind of got the edge because you got Archangel and Quicksilver and Moon Knight and Sasquatch. Well, not even for Archangel and Moon Knight, but yeah, the other 2 there as well. What is this? Slugfest on the Soulscape. And wait, what is this? An Infinity Crusade crossover. And then got Punisher Warzone number 2 because I needed a direct edition of this one. John Romita Jr. and Klaus Janson on the cover. And then they were doing just kick-ass work. John Romita Jr. way back then, man, he couldn't be stopped. Now, I don't know what to tell you. And then this is Web of Spider-Man number 50. Probably, I think the edge for getting this book when I did was because I was been on eBay last couple of days and looking at a couple sellers, and they've had some Web of Spider-Man books. And since I've added that and Spectacular Spider-Man to my hunting and my want list, I'm like looking through a few of those, and I came across this book from one seller. And it was kind of like a lot of their books are overpriced. And then I went mycomicshop.com looking at some of those. Okay, so it could be somewhere in between there, but then checking eBay and seeing prices all over the place. So I'm like, okay, none of this helps at all. And I figured, you know what? Again, the one gab of my comic shop, can't always guarantee if you're going to get a direct edition or newsstand. So sometimes I'll just, I've gambled a couple times, but sometimes I'll just, I'll just get it online when I know I can get it. Or if they have a scan of the actual issue on mycomicshop.com, I was like, okay, I can get a direct edition, fantastic. Otherwise, I'll just wait, get it in person or eBay. And then, oh man, this one seller, that first seller I talked about, a bunch of dollar books, crazy X Factor run in there, and been working on, like, I think this is all X Factor right here. Like, I was just running through that shit. I was like, oh man. And we'll go through there last, actually. I also had, what else? So I got X-Force number 22. What is this? The Final Gift. We got Richter, Cannonball, Shatterstar, and Sunspot. I think this is one of the issues I have from when I was a kid, but it was just beat the hell up. So I still have to regather some of those books. Regather, whatever. This is, I don't know which, I think this is Spider-Man, but with the appearance of X-Force. So landscape shot there. Oh my goodness. No backing board, just a book. It's just a bag. But you can see that there. Mutants and non-mutants against the unstoppable juggernaut. Sabotage, Exo, Part 1. Bye, Todd. Sideways, special Sideways issue? Is the whole issue Sideways? I don't know. We got McFarlane, got Boom Boom, Boomer, Cannonball, Shatterstar, and Warpath. Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 25. I had to double check my want list because I may have this one. And I kind of looked through my League of Comic Geeks app. And I had to scroll. Oh my God, I was on that app so much. And I was just scrolling back and forth. I was like bouncing between. the titles, and like it just takes so long because my Marvel makes up the chunk of my collection. So I'm on there going to the Marvel section. It takes forever to load up because that's where I have so many books. I don't know if it's because I have so many books or just because of that, but also because the app just isn't that great or that optimized. But it might take a little bit to load up. So then you gotta scroll all the way down, and I'm bouncing between Avengers, Amazing Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man, West Coast Avengers, and even though it was Avengers West Coast and the West Coast Avengers on the app, it's all under West Coast Avengers. So they go all the way down to the W's, and then I'm back into looking for something for Avengers. So I gotta scroll all the way back to the top for Avengers, scroll all the way back down for Web of Spider-Man. And so I was just swiping and swiping, bouncing all over the place. But appearance, Iron Man and Black Panther. And then we have Web of Spider-Man annual number 6, 64 pages. And is that Psycho Man? Yeah, it is Psycho Man. Make way for Psycho Man. He's got the whole world in his hands. Psycho Man, who, I don't know when his first appearance was, but I know he was involved in some early-ish Fantastic Four stories. So if you're a big FF fan, you might recognize Psycho Man. And then we have Wildcats number 14 from the Wildstorm run, or one of the Wildstorm series. I think this should be Ryan Sook cover. Still missing a few issues from that, so I was like, oh, perfect. And this one was surprising. Didn't realize I was missing it. But we got Giant Size Spectacular Avengers number 25 from the 98 Volume 3 run. This is Avengers Return, or no, Heroes Return. Those are Heroes Reborn, Heroes Return. They got that. Yeah, so that's cool. Green Arrow and Black Canary number 19. I did show off the first like 4 or 5 issues of this I picked up in some dollar bins at another shop, and I really haven't come across any of them in a while. But it's like, oh yeah, you know what? I do want to get it. I think overall it's only like 36 issues, and I like both characters, so and I wanted to check it out. So I'll probably just kind of chip away at that one slowly but surely. It's not really a high priority, so once I get them cheap, like that's what I'll do. So Avengers West Coast, what is this? Number 87, guest starring Wolverine. Oh man. And then long-time comic book fans recognize this Charleston Chew ad for Wolverine and Jubilee. The old days. And who's else? Part 1 of a 2-issue chiller in the frozen Canadian wilderness with appearances. We got Scarlet Witch and Wonder Man. And then jump back a few issues. 83. West Coast Avengers. What is this? In the Hands of the Hyena. And then, oh man, X Factor galore. Oh, so I was going through and checking issue numbers, checking my some recent pickups as well as recent-ish, and leaving Comic Geeks to see my collection. So I'm trying to like match this up, and I'm putting the issues as I'm pulling the issues out from the stack that I pulled out from the box. I'm kind of putting them in order because it'd be easier to keep track of them as I'm going through them. But they had bought like some of their collection they bought from somebody else at some point, and that doofus put price tags over the issue numbers. So I'm like trying to figure out like how I do this. I want to take flip open each bag to look at the issue number, like double check. So I like do this for every damn issue, and at some point I just started trying to peel the stickers back. I'm like, who would do that? Why would you put this over the issue number? You got to be a goddamn moron. Like, talk about inconvenience. And he was like, he didn't like the vendor. He didn't understand either. Like, why would you do that? All the space on this bag, put it in the upper corner or the opposite from the spine, like open part, or down. It's like somewhere anywhere else, but obviously you don't want to block the publisher's logo. But why would you block the issue number? Why? Make it make sense, people. I don't understand. But we have, and I have to do it right now. X Factor 31. I don't even know how many issues of these I got. But I got quite a few of them. 33, and they're all in order now. They're going to get messed up. Actually, no. I'm going to try to avoid taking them out of order now. 34, even though I have to rebag and board all these anyway. 34. 35. 40. And as I'm going back through these, I think I forgot an issue. that I was looking at because I had it on like top of the stack. But then I think I put that stack back in before I took that one issue off. So we'll see. 41. What is this? Alchemy, featuring the winner of the Mutant Registration Contest, The Boy Called Alchemy, plus strolls in, wait, what? Strolls, oh, 14 mutants and 1 baby? Offer, what? Oh, 5 trolls, oh my gosh. 5 trolls, 14 mutants and a baby. I was tweaking like, what the hell is going on with that right there? And then all that glitters, X Factor 42. So I was happy to be able to score a bunch of these. So they're kind of decided to really go back and get some more of these. And then 43, Wind Called the Celestials. X Factor, Factor X. And then Judgment War Part 3. This is 40. I just forgot already. 45. I meant to peel all the stickers off before I started shooting the video, but here we are. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, people? Oh my goodness, look at that face. What is this? 46, and I like this next cover. This might be one of my favorites of the bunch that I picked up today. 47, especially with that pink there. And with not Iceman, but Archangel's costume. From the depths of memory come the depths of pain. Judgment War. Archangel versus Iceman to the death. In X Factor. I don't know because I can't see the goddamn issue number. What are we doing here, people? This is stupid. Asshole. And then I pull the sticker up and it won't even. Oh, 49. X Factor. This issue, Cyclops pops the question. And Iceman goes on a date. Sabretooth. Caliban triumphant. X Factor 53. Introducing the mysterious menace of Crimson. Guest starring Colossus. X Factor 54. And I give you a high five. You can guess the purple and green character on the cover of this one. X Factor number 55. Get your guesses in. Got it? You ready? The Return of Mesmero. Yeah. Yeah. And we jump up a bit. Actually, no. 55. Never mind. A whole lot going on here. X Factor number 57. And we got Extinction Agenda. The Final Strike. X Factor 62. Don't mind the sticker or the price tags that they put on there in inconvenient places. That was just with the previous, the person whose collection they bought. Like, that's just what they had on them for some reason. Because I was going through it, and he was like, all right. So when I stepped up, he was like, oh, all these boxes, price is marked. These are dollar boxes. So I went through those, and I was kind of going through them, and I got to the last box. Then I started realizing some of the price tags had jumped up to $3 and $6. So I had to flip back through the other ones I pulled real quick. I was like, wait a second. I didn't realize that right away. So I was like, hey, when do, are all these like dollar boxes? And then this one is not. He's like, oh no, they're all dollar boxes. Just that the person just put those on there. So okay, that works. But I was about to put some of these back. So I'm like, this is not a $6 book. X Factor 63. There was a whole lot of $6 and $3 books, as you kind of see. I'm like, oh, hell no, not this guy. Bonus feature, The Apocalypse Files. The end game begins. X Factor 65. Beware the wrath of Apocalypse. Will Sportatio on this. X Factor 66. Bitter Sacrifice. 68. My man, Apocalypse. We go from Apocalypse to the Shadow King, Professor X versus Shadow King in final battle. The Mirror Island Saga, number 69. Nice. Day of Decision, number 70. And then you got the all new, all different X Factor with Wolfsbane getting some cover love. Going wild. So the new team debuted in issue 71. Havoc, Polaris, Wolfsbane, Strong Guy, Quicksilver, Multiple Man, all those fine folks that we all know and love. Featuring X-Force's Cannonball, When Strife Strikes, number 77. Yeah, let's go. Who did this? Strom and I don't know what else that says. Oh, we got those Nasty Boys. Those Nasty Boys. Yeah, they are. And then coming closing up, a Sinister Duo, 78, Sinister and Strife. And last but not least, wrapping up QuadCon haul and this nice string of X Factor issues. X Factor number 90. Can't go around them. So we're gonna run right through them. Al Milgrom, look at that. Oh yeah, I didn't even see I didn't even count how many issues. I was gonna count when I first started doing it, but then I forgot. 2, 3, 4, 6. I've lost count already. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Oh yeah, let's start together. 18, 20, 22, 27 issues of X Factor. Oh man, that is one productive Comic-Con excursion. So I think I had, what was it? Should be about 38 issues, give or take. Cause I think they're $35 books. And just like, oh, just go down to 30. And then the other vendor I got those 3 books from. So, oh, Marvel, except for that one. Actually, well, the Green Arrow, Black Canary, and then the Wildcat. So yeah, marvelous. Yeah, that was it was cool. It was good to be back on a convention floor, even though albeit briefly again for that hour, and then just because it's a small one-day show. But it was good. I liked it. It was just fun to be back, digging through boxes, short boxes, long boxes, dollar boxes, looking at higher priced books. I saw some, the one vendor where I got a bunch of these dollar books from, he had some other books, some Avengers books I was eyeing. One of them was Avengers 138 I needed still. And he had 2 copies. One was $15 and one was $6. I was about to buy a $6 one, but it was it was cheaper for some of the defects in it. And I was like, never mind. I was gonna get it until I put it back. I was like, you know what, nah, I'll wait. And I was like, I didn't really feel like paying $15 for the other copy. I was like, I wonder if I can find it somewhere in there, somewhere cheaper in between there. Maybe another show somewhere else. We'll figure it out. Like, it's all right. I'll pass on it. And he had another book in there. I kind of debated some other Avengers books. But I was like, you know what? I'll wait. I think I'm good now. And I wanted to get to the rest of the show floor. And plus, we got C2E2 coming up. So, yes, hopefully see a lot more vendors there. I anticipate. So, yeah, that's that. Also, what I want to do is kind of leading into some more convention videos and just kind of different topics related to conventions and answering questions. So if you have any questions about conventions or like whatever, like as far as preparing for a convention, while you're at a convention, drop those, like submit those here. You can email me, hit me up on IG, either account on my IG, either of my IG accounts. And just, if you have questions, like whatever, and I want to do, it'll be like a convention Q&A, and like shout out whoever sends some of his questions and answer them there. Again, I have quite a bit of experience at conventions, and if you have any questions, I definitely want to help any of you. As like, even though we're still fighting COVID, conventions have been back, so I know a lot of you are itching to get back, and then some people who just gotten back into comics or getting into the first time and are interested in going to conventions, you might have questions, so I can absolutely help you, and I would love to do that. It'd be fun. So go ahead, drop all your convention questions in the comments. Again, email me or IG, whatever you feel like doing, and I will like compile a bunch of those and just kind of run with it. So yeah, so that's that. Again, just cool shopping day. If you've been to any conventions like lately, small ones, like let me know what you thought of them. If you're new to conventions, if you kind of hit some small ones or bigger ones, let me know your thoughts. Like what your experiences were. Are you interested in going back? Did it kind of turn you off? Again, you kind of have to take a little bit of I guess you kind of give them a little bit of leeway because of COVID. So attendance and all that kind of, there are several other factors in the way they kind of get altered, whatever. But yeah, share all your thoughts in the comments below. Happy reading, happy hunting, happy collecting. This is Geno's Comics. Thanks for watching, and peace out.